Hi everyone, it's Simon here. Just wanted to give you a little bit of an update on where we're at with church and moving forwards. We had another meeting of our overseers, pastors and wardens today. I'm recording this on Sunday night. By the time you hear this, will be a couple of days ago. And I wanted to pass on to you a decision that we made this afternoon about what will happen over the next few months. We decided today that we're going to attempt to resume our in-person Sunday services for our 9:30 and 5 p.m. congregations as early as possible in term 4. We are of the view that the current COVID situation looks like continuing for some time in its current form, and therefore the regulations we're under are likely to continue in their current form for some time. And I guess faced with the prospect of continuing with only live stream services apart from 8:15 for possibly another 6 months or longer, we really feel like the time has come to take some active steps to reclaim some face-to-face fellowship in our Sunday services sooner rather than later. I guess it boils down to the fact that whilst we think we really are experiencing very real fellowship in our online gatherings, nevertheless, being in each other's company physically is a significant part of what we treasure about our church, and therefore something that we've lost and are grieving. And it's just not healthy for us as a church family to prolong our separation from one another in this way any longer than we have to. Now, of course, I need to remind you that the fellowship we'll experience when we do return will be unsatisfying, I think, in many ways. We'll have to sit 1.5 meters apart from other people. You'll be encouraged to wear a mask when you come to church. We won't be able to sing. Mingling of people before and after the services won't be allowed either. But nevertheless, we are persuaded that the benefits of us expressing our belonging to one another physically will outweigh the disappointments that we'll no doubt continue to feel. At this stage, I can't tell you exactly when our services will resume because it's dependent upon some infrastructure developments that we're in the process of working out. Those things include getting the NBN connected to the church property, developing good Wi-Fi coverage across the church premises so that we have a strong internet signal wherever we are, and it involves the installation of a new sound system in the church hall. These are all things that the parish council are currently working on, but we won't be able to resume our services until those projects are completed, and I guess they've been properly road tested. So we know we're ready to go. We're hoping that'll be sometime in November, but it's hard for us to make guarantees about exactly when. I will definitely keep you posted on that in the weeks ahead. When we resume our in-person services on a Sunday, there are a number of other changes that we're going to need to make to how we do things, which I want to let you know about as well. These are changes in addition to the COVID-safe practices that I've already mentioned of distancing and mask wearing and no singing, etc. 3 things in particular. The first is that the intention is that our services will run at 10 a.m. and 5 p.m. That's 10 a.m. rather than 9:30 a.m., which is our traditional service time. And the later start of that main morning service will really just be to allow adequate time for the 8:15 service to be concluded, for the church building to be properly cleaned, and for kids' church to be set up and to begin before the service starts. So the services, our plan is, will run at 10 and 5. Secondly, both those services will be conducted in the church hall to begin with rather than the church building. That'll mean our kids' church will start at 9:45 and we'll move to the church building and to some of the preschool classrooms. And that change is simply to allow more people to attend the services because the church hall is a larger meeting space than our church building. The third thing to mention is that these services will be simultaneously live streamed from the church hall where they will run. And that's in order to enable those who don't feel comfortable attending the service for any reason to still have access to the service at the same time as those who'll be attending in person. Now, when the time comes for us to resume these 2 in-person services, we'll definitely be in touch with you again to give you more information about how they'll run. And we'll be in touch with you as well to seek your assistance, I guess, in making this project work, because there'll be a number of different roles that we'll need people to play if we're going to fulfill our intention to conduct these services in a different location and in a different way. But in the meantime, please join us in praying that God will bring this hope to fruition. Of course, we don't know what the next few months will hold, so all of this is dependent upon the Lord's will. And please join us in praying that God will continue to give us in the meantime the strength to persevere in our love for each other. Also want to mention that we've made the decision at our meeting today to postpone the resumption of Mainly Music until the beginning of 2021. It's our hope that we'll be able to relaunch Mainly Music at the start of next year. Now, I'm very aware that different people will have perhaps some different reactions to this announcement. Very different emotions for different people depending upon your circumstances. And as always, we want to encourage you to come and talk to one of the pastors or the overseers if you have concerns or questions about anything that I'm sharing with you in this message. But please join me in praying. We look forward to what God will continue to do amongst us, and may His blessing rest upon all of us. Thanks.